Welcome to Profit and Wealth, where we uncover the psychology of money and success. The empire built on emotion, not electronics. Apple, the trillion-dollar titan of technology, isn't just a company. It's a psychological masterpiece. While most corporations focus on innovation or features, Apple built its dominance on something far more powerful: emotion. Every product, every store, and every marketing campaign is designed to make you feel something: admiration, desire, belonging. When Steve Jobs returned to Apple in 1997, the company was on the verge of collapse. But Jobs didn't just rebuild it, he reinvented how the world buys. He understood a truth most businesses ignore: people don't buy products, they buy stories about who they'll become when they use them. The first step: selling feelings instead of features. The first iMac was bright, bold, and playful. It wasn't advertised for speed or power. It was marketed as a symbol of creativity and individuality. Then came the iPod. Competitors talked about gigabytes and formats. Apple said just one line: 1,000 songs in your pocket. That phrase changed the world, because Apple wasn't selling an MP3 player, it was selling freedom. And that became their blueprint for everything that followed. The iPhone revolution, the power of storytelling. When the iPhone launched in 2007, Apple didn't position it as just another phone. They called it a revolution. The message was simple: if you own this, you're ahead of your time. Every ad, every keynote, every photo showed not the device, but the lifestyle it created. Apple knew that humans make decisions emotionally first, then justify them logically later. That's why they don't flood you with data or comparisons. They just make you want it. The genius of the Apple Store experience. Walk into an Apple Store and you step into a psychological laboratory disguised as a retail space. The open layout, the minimal design, the warm lighting, all of it is engineered for calmness and control. You're encouraged to touch, explore, and interact freely. That tactile experience releases dopamine in your brain, the same chemical tied to pleasure and anticipation. The staff never pressure you to buy. They don't sell, they guide. Every phrase is carefully chosen. Which one feels right for you? Not which one do you want to buy. This makes you feel empowered, but in reality, you're being gently led toward a purchase. The psychology behind pricing. Anchoring the mind. Apple's pricing strategy is a masterclass in behavioral economics. When you see an iPhone Pro Max for $1,199, the regular $999 model suddenly feels reasonable. That's called anchoring, setting a high reference point so the next price feels affordable. The same applies to storage options. The $100 jump between 128 gigabytes and 256 gigabytes seems small compared to the total price, even though it's a huge profit margin for Apple. It's not manipulation, it's psychology. Apple understands that value is a perception game. Ecosystem lock-in. The golden cage. The real brilliance of Apple's empire lies in what's called ecosystem lock-in. Buy an iPhone, and suddenly you need AirPods for seamless music. Get a MacBook, and you'll want your notes to sync automatically with your phone. Purchase an Apple Watch, and you're fully integrated. Each new device strengthens your dependency. Leaving Apple becomes painful, not because you can't, but because it would feel like losing convenience, comfort, and identity. That's not just business strategy, that's long-term psychological design. The art of anticipation, turning launches into events. Every September, the world stops for Apple's keynote. This isn't just a product launch, it's a global ritual. Controlled leaks, rumors, and teasers build excitement for months. By the time the event happens, customers are emotionally invested in products they haven't even seen yet. Apple doesn't need to convince anyone. The anticipation alone guarantees billions in pre-orders. The magic of simplicity and design. Simplicity is Apple's secret superpower. Their design philosophy is minimal, intuitive, and calming. The fewer choices you have to make, the more confident you feel. That's cognitive ease, and it builds trust. From the packaging to the user interface, Apple designs everything to feel effortless. Even unboxing an iPhone is a sensory experience. The clean sound of the box sliding open, the smell of new electronics, the precision of every layer. It's not an accident, it's engineered emotion. That unboxing moment locks in your satisfaction before you even turn the device on. Exclusivity through accessibility. Apple has mastered a paradox, being available to everyone, yet still feeling exclusive. Anyone can buy an iPhone, but not everyone can afford the Pro. That creates a social hierarchy within the same brand. Whether you own AirPods or the latest MacBook Pro, you still feel like part of an elite group, the Apple tribe. This blend of inclusivity and exclusivity fuels brand loyalty unlike anything else in business. Subtle language and the illusion of choice. Apple never says buy now. They use phrases like learn more or find out how. These words reduce pressure and invite curiosity. The result? More engagement, higher trust, and more sales. Every word, every product image, and every interaction is designed to create the illusion of choice, making you feel like you're freely deciding, even when you're being guided. Selling progress, not products. Each year, Apple introduces small upgrades and markets them as groundbreaking innovations. A slightly better camera becomes a revolution in photography. A faster chip becomes a giant leap forward. It's not deception, it's perception control. People crave progress, and Apple sells that illusion perfectly. The message isn't buy this new iPhone, it's stay part of the future. The financial genius behind the psychology. Today, Apple generates over $380 billion a year in revenue and has a market cap exceeding $2.8 trillion. But the real reason for its success isn't just hardware or design, it's the mastery of human behavior. Apple built a system where customers don't feel like they're being sold to. They feel like they're choosing to evolve. That's the ultimate sales psychology, making the buyer believe it was their idea all along. The finance lesson, the power of perceived value. The biggest financial lesson here is simple. Value isn't real, it's perceived. Apple proved that price doesn't matter if emotion outweighs logic. By crafting identity and desire into every product, they turn technology into luxury, and luxury into loyalty. In business, your product doesn't have to be the best. It has to feel like the best. The takeaway, emotion is the ultimate currency. Apple's hidden sales tactics reveal one timeless truth. People don't buy with their wallets, they buy with their hearts. If you can master emotion, storytelling, and perception, you can sell anything. That's what Apple did, and that's why they're worth trillions. This is Profit and Wealth, revealing the hidden psychology behind money, success, and the world's greatest empires. Stay curious, stay strategic, and keep learning the game of wealth.